Welcome to Sex, Lies, and Blank Pages. We all need a reality check.
Here, here. Like,
Even though it sucks
especially,
sometimes, what sucks more is like when your community tries to shame you because they're not treating you like an
Exactly.
actual human. Sorry,
yeah.
I dove right in there, didn't I? Damn.
Yes, you did. And that's okay.
Hey, we're
Short and to
getting
the
to the
point.
meat. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's get to the point today. I think especially lately, this whole wave of seeing readers, and I understand their excitement. I understand, but sometimes I don't think they realize how it comes across that we are human beings. We're not robots. We're not their bitches. Like, and to constantly berate us for not having something on time or not having something out or tagging us even in like awful comments to hurt us. I think there's just and especially when deep down it's a book. Not that books aren't important. We don't love stories, but when you're ready to hurt a human being over a fiction story or characters that aren't actually real when this human is, I think we need a reality check. I think I'm like, sometimes I'm feel like I'm just done with how people treat each other right now.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And I don't think it's even right now either. I think that it has been getting worse over the years. But I
Mhm.
remember in COVID when I'm pregnant and I had a dark romance story with child abuse in it. And I had to write this book and it was delayed. And I posted and I said, I'm sorry, like right now with everything going on with COVID and pregnancy and the manner of this book, like I'm not going to be able to get this on time. And somebody commented, and I'll never forget it, don't blame COVID just because you're being lazy. And I know I was just like, who the fuck are you? I've never seen your name before. You have no idea what my daily is. You don't know what I'm crying over right now or what keeps me up at night. Like, I just remember in that moment thinking, wow, people can really be assholes.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, even if they, let's say it was a follower, there is so much we don't show, on the other side, how much like, writing a book, like it isn't once we're done, it's all of a sudden it's
No.
going to be out, magically out. Like there is so much edits and like, we have to go through it 100 more times. And so, and the demand is very on us to get something out. And again, I understand the excitement. I do not want to take that away. And, but just I think people need to recheck themselves when they go after an author like that maybe has to postpone because life happens, or especially if they're tell you this is what happened and I can't get this book out on time, to really again attack a person. I think that needs to be also like, okay, what am I doing? Like, the fact that this is a book, these are characters in a book, and I'm attacking a human being because I want it now. Like again, that excitement, we need to put it back into where like I love excitement for books. I want people to be excited for my books, but
Right.
there is a difference between that and also shaming, attacking, and getting on us because we haven't provided for them fast enough.
First of all, the pressure doesn't help. The pressure does not help the muses at
No.
all. And the attacking just makes most authors are introverts and it just makes them want to like close back in
And
Yeah.
that's
and
what,
not
yeah. That's what
let
we
it.
saw recently
Yeah.
this past week. The entire topic of this has come up because an author had to delay her book. And this author has been very transparent about a number of things in her life over the last couple of years, including loss of immediate family members. And there is no excuse or justification for being nasty with a creator when they're having difficulty creating and they're
Mhm.
being transparent about it. Like you didn't already give them
Mhm.
money that you aren't entitled to anything from it. You're not even entitled to the transparency or the reasoning behind it when they're trying to share with their community to then come back and be nasty. It
Mhm.
actually kept me up that night. And I remember thinking, this is why I don't say sorry anymore. I stopped saying sorry when something was delayed or sorry when you didn't do something that I wanted to get done or when something fell through. I stopped saying sorry because I'm doing my damn best and I won't be sorry about that. I say, thank you for being patient. I say, I'm
Mhm.
grateful that you're coming along this journey with me. And us being human and having delays is not something to be sorry about. It's something to expect because this is the real world. This is
Yeah.
reality. And creative minds, we need that space to create
Mhm.
something, especially when it is on the darker side. It's difficult to do if you're down. Like, that's just psychology.
Right.
Yeah. I think it's difficult to create for I mean, artists in general, we tend to be very emotional in the sense of what we do. So if our emotions aren't in it, it could be the happiest, fluffiest piece. But again, if we're feeling dark and that's just not where we are, that's probably the most difficult thing to write. And the opposite is true too. Like whatever it is, like we're very emotional. And so we also take everything emotional. Like I could have 100 people going, "Oh my God, we're here for you. Thank you." But that one person goes, "God, like you're so lazy and you're the worst." Da, da, da. I am probably going to be wrapped up in a blanket that day going, "Oh my God, yep, like that's true," like, because I deep down probably feel that about myself because we're the hardest on ourselves. So
Mhm.
it's like you guys just adding on top of that is just like you've just multiplied every awful negative voice we possibly have in our heads already. And we're already like wrapped around our blanket going, yep, yep, it's true. I'm awful.
And what you see on social media is only little pieces of life. Like Willow doing her boxing videos, you doing your
Yeah.
fun reaction videos. That's fun for you guys. That's not you sitting down at your computer typing. That is not you taking care of your kids, you taking care of Cooper. That's just this little 3 minute, if that, section of your life. There is so much more that has to happen in the daily than just you continuously pushing them out.
Yeah.
And I
And
think I wish more people would pause before they react.
yeah, and I choose to share the positive.
Yes.
I'm transparent in a lot of ways, but there are so many frustrating things, so many delays, so much that could be negative, and I don't like to share that with
Right.
my following. I want them to come to my page and be uplifted and see funny things and happy things and be excited about things. So I don't have to be transparent in the negative. I don't have to explain what's going on or why something might be delayed or why I'm not writing. I can't write that book right now because my mindset, because I'm doing everything left, right, and center. I don't even have time to think, let alone write about something that involves deep, dark emotions. Like I don't have to. And there is no entitlement for it. And I don't think that this you have disappointed me and therefore I can call you names, make assumptions, say, well, I don't think that that's going to change at any point. Trolls have existed, I think. Yeah, I mean, Roman Empire, trolls were cheering in the,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, the Colosseum. So I don't think that it's going to go away, but I do think that the community has grown to a point where, we don't recognize those names. And if we do, bye. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm absolutely at my limit with tolerating things. So if I see it, I'll delete it and block it. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like, well, now you can be disappointed for a different reason and I'm not going to hear it. Oh, you haven't, what's the quote? If you have an issue with me, text me. If you don't have my number, then you don't know me enough to have an issue with me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, like that's exactly how I feel at this point. Like I know that I'm doing my best. I can't do any more. If you want more, there's another quote. There's somebody on TikTok. If I'm not enough for you, go find more elsewhere, or something. If
Yep.
I'm too much for you, go find less elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is just where I'm at right now because I'm so tired of it stealing my energy. I'm making my focus, like you said, Stacey, go back on the negative pieces of me. I'm like, I know my negative bits. I'm doing my shadow work. That's worthy of love too. So
Mm-hmm.
stuff it. Like that,
Right.
that is where I am in my mentality now after years of dealing with.
Yeah. And it's years because most of us aren't exactly at that. It's so easy to take the negative. Like we get one tag that somebody's like, this was the worst piece of shit. Like, how can you guys like it? And then tag your name to it. And you're like, okay, why did you feel necessary to let me know that? Like,
Or they comment on your video
Yeah.
about your book saying that they hated it.
yeah,
And I'm like, you can
yeah,
leave that
Yep.
on your review. This is my space. Like, why did you feel the need to tell me that what you think about my book in a negative way? Like, I'm not going to your
Mm-hmm.
place of work and saying this taco sucks. Like, I'm never
Yeah.
eating Taco Bell again or wherever you're
tacos don't suck.
eating. Oh, yeah.
Tacos never suck.
No.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, 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 whoa.
I went
Got
too
too
far. I'm
far.
sorry.
Even a bad taco is a good taco.
Too far, too far. Yeah.
But I think also, like, if you're the biggest disappointment in your life is that a book didn't come out on a certain date that you were expecting to, count yourself very lucky that that's the biggest disappointment in your life.
Well, I think
Yeah.
because there's people that are so struggling so hard right now, especially this time of year. And like a book, really, like you'll
I mean,
get
I
over
think
it.
that's what it is, though. I think that people are struggling. Like, there is some statistic, like 80% of people have some form of PTSD from
Mhm.
COVID. So people are struggling, but they're
Right.
not getting help. And a lot of people
No.
project their anger onto other things. And instead of
Mhm.
dealing with things, they just treat other people poorly. And we don't have to be punching bags. And
No.
unfortunately, I can't respond to every comment and say, I really hope that your day and your life gets better so you don't feel inclined to be nasty to strangers. Like it's not on us to do that. It's not on
No.
us to be somebody's punching bag or their learning curve.
Well, we actually would get kind of in trouble for respond. That's the one thing I find in this, like, and you find it a lot with it, people like celebrities or anything like that. You actually will get yelled at more if you actually stand
Mhm.
up for yourself, which is so weird because that's such an automatic thing to want to do is go, hey, whoa, 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 that's not true. Why are you hurting me? But they're like, how dare you? Like
Mhm.
it's funny how the more we stand up for ourselves, we just have to take it quietly and ignore it. And they're like,
So
but why should we?
I have
But
noticed a change. I don't know if you've noticed a change in social media. I think with TikTok, with the rise of trolls and with the rise of kind of like shining a bright light of people abusing cancel culture, virtue signaling, rage baiting, taking things out of context, like all of that that's been going on so like
Mhm.
like misrepresenting the truth, I guess is what we would legally say, right?
Mhm.
That I have noticed with reality stars, because I think we've talked about this before, right? Where Bravo celebrities are like my late night snack treat. I like to watch to see what they're doing on social media. I like to see what is the PR machine doing. And I
Mhm.
have noticed, like with Selling Sunset and Chriselle, she clapbacks and
Oh
like
yeah.
all the time on her social media. Even in like Beverly Hills, some of like a lot of those reality stars do clap back when people cross a line, and you'll see on subreddits and TikTok and Instagram them praising these people for at least standing up for things that are obviously harmful, that are
Mhm.
like obviously troll behavior. Now, my own PR probably has hives right now, as do my lawyers and my team, and they're like, no, 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 we don't do that. And I personally don't do that. I personally delete and block. But I think the more you get into the public eye, the more trolls you're bound to have, especially if you're on a
Right.
reality show or you're being
well, in
transparent.
reality, it asks for drama. So them clapping
Mhm.
back isn't like that's just more juicy bits for,
Well,
but
it
us, we
can be.
have
Some things
a,
really cross the line, like really
yeah.
cross the line
I've
when we
seen some
like,
gross stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
like real, like
I
it's
think
not
there's
like
a
you
lot
don't,
of gross
yeah.
stuff out there. Like,
Mhm.
I don't, I honestly, I'm sure these people were always there,
Yeah.
but with the, especially I feel like the minority voices or the cruel voices seem to be getting just like all the megaphones lately. Like, I just don't
Mhm.
understand why this disgusting behavior is become like the staple now. We just have to tolerate it, or but there's very few of them, but why do they seem to get all the notice? Like
I
they
think
get
it's
to
the
see,
algorithm. The
Mhm.
yeah.
algorithm really highlights the negative now. And like
Mhm.
if you're scrolling and it's my favorite book, my favorite book, my favorite book, I fucking hate this book, it's trash. Like one is going to be like, "Whoa, like
Mhm.
what's going on here?"
Right,
Like
because it's
why did it evoke?
sensational.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
So
people
people
are
are gonna
doing that.
pause
Mhm.
and
And
watch.
being an influencer is a job now. So people
Mhm.
want the views. So, and they don't mind crossing that line because oftentimes they get a pat on the back. And if you don't disagree with them, well, then you're a bad person. Like, and that's just what it's come down to, unfortunately. And I really don't think that it's gonna stop. I think it's more a matter
No.
of like the author who is literally taking time off now because of backlash that she got for delaying a book and like the nasty, absolutely nasty comments that she got.
Yeah.
I think the method that I've taken, which I've said this multiple times for multiple different reasons on this podcast, delete and block, and I'm going to keep doing me. Like I think that at this point, like there's this separation from community that you have to have where your worth can't be reliant on the expectations or the treatment from others. Especially, I don't have their phone number either,
No.
right? So,
Mhm.
and even
Yeah.
if I did, I would block that shit too.
like barely. And I think my mom has my phone number. God, shut up, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I
Yeah.
think, we've kind of addressed all this, but I just think in the land of fiction, we need a reality check. And I just think we all need to just remind ourselves that we're all human beings. Even the person that responded, obviously, maybe there's something going on in their life, but let's all be a little more kind to each other. I just give people the benefit of the doubt too.
Yes.
I feel like some people have commented and immediately people take it in this negative way, and you're like, that's not how I meant it at all. I think it just right now, let's kindness and give each other benefit of the doubt, especially if you kind of know them and follow them. Don't assume that it's the bad end of their comment meant this. I see that a lot when there's like some drama, somebody will say something and they're like, she said this, and you're like, she probably didn't even mean it the way you're taking it. Give them the benefit.
But that would be sensationalizing, and then they wouldn't get views. Yeah.
No.
Why are we so desperate? Why are we so in need for like this
The validation.
drama and this juicy and like especially evil juicy bits? Like it can't be like this juicy gossip that's like, oh my God, did you hear that she might get this turned into a movie or like did it whatever it is? It always has to be more that it's that when we all get a high off of it. I'm like, I never did. Maybe that's why I just never fit into that kind of stuff. I never enjoyed getting, reveling in somebody else's like down, that just to me seems so cruel.
It makes me sad. It makes me sad.
Me too.
There are a lot of research papers right now all about all of that. The validation of likes and follows and social media and the impact it has on the way we socialize, not only online, but also in real life. So we could literally bring a psychologist on
Interesting
to talk about this aspect if we like. I think that would be cool. I would love to talk about it, especially like how we have to utilize social media. Like we, in order to market our books, we have to be the ones who are on social media and we have to be handling this. And then that's where it's kind of like, but I didn't ask for that, right? Like I didn't ask for somebody to be an armchair psychologist and analyze my life based off of a 3-second video where something's delayed or something. You know what I mean? Like it's how do you balance I need this, but my mental health can't tolerate that. So I think I know, right? I'm like, keep walking.
Well, listeners, let us know. Would you guys be interested in us bringing on someone like that to talk about like how social media psychologically, how it affects all of us and stuff like that? It'd be interesting, but I'd want to know if you guys are interested in hearing more about that. So
me and my dorky side, I totally want to do that. I think that
I do too.
Some good advice also with just how to navigate.
So I think we should do that. So. But I think this was just our little hot take because I think we just been feeling this, especially this time of year. I think there's just a lot of pressure out there but hopefully fresh start, new year. Let's bring it.
I like the little spin of positivity on the end.
Let's bring it. Kindness. Let's do kindness this year. 2024 is about being kind to each other. How about?
Let's do that as our next one. Guys, follow, share all of this, and come join us on our next one where we talk about our goals in 2024.